Dwayne Jenkins.
Hey, Dwayne, you'll have to unmute yourself. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a button you can press to unmute yourself.
There you go.
And we can only see your eyes.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great.
Good. So what part of the world do you hail from, sir?
I live on the Gulf Coast of Texas, down around Beaumont.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Nice area down there. So fill me in. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you'd like to be profiled on.
Well, I was at NES 9 and thoroughly enjoyed you there.
Thank you.
Started network marketing last October. Still, I guess, laying groundwork. I guess I'm guilty of trying to wait until everything is perfect. I've made a little progress, not a whole lot.
Yep.
I do a lot of research. I read a lot. Avid learner from Darren Hardy,
Nice.
from Fernie, and from Brendan Burchard.
Cool. Great people, good information, but information that you know what to do versus how to do it, you're still stuck.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
So I can basically go with a limited profile, but ask me what you'd like, or tell me what you'd like me to fill you in on, and I'll ask you questions. Actually, I'm going to just ask you, married or single?
Married.
Kids?
2 grown kids, 3 grandkids.
Oh, very cool. Okay, and hobbies?
Really don't have any, I guess. I mean,
Right.
I like to travel.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. What do you want to be profiled on?
What I need to do to get unstuck. I just feel like I'm stuck.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. First of all, confidence versus self-confidence. You flip-flop between confidence and self-confidence a lot. And you have not yet defined the difference between confidence and self-confidence in your own head. And I'm going to give you guys the definition of it right now. Confidence is others identifying your successful use of skills, attitudes, and behaviors. Self-confidence is you self-identifying your own successful use of skills, attitudes, and behaviors. And if somebody wants to put that into the chat, that would be fine, and then just copy and paste it from that to keep it on your, because that's one of a big mind model that people need. So confidence is others identifying your successful use of skills, attitudes, and behaviors, and self-confidence is you self-identifying your own successful use of skills, attitudes, and behaviors. And talk about a tie-in into tonight about effective and ineffective language. If you don't separate out these two, and if you don't start figuring out what you're going to do, because like Buddy, sorry, but Dwayne, you got to stop beating up on yourself and second guessing yourself all the time. Take smaller chunks and test them in the real world, but you just got to get doing. And the more that you get doing, the more likely you are to figure out what works and what does not work. Remember, like effective and ineffective language, what works, what doesn't work, not what's right or wrong. It's not wrong. It wasn't bad. It was just ineffective. It was something that didn't work. But if you notice how, when you think about it, that wasn't effective. Do you feel like it's you, or do you feel like it was the thing that happened here just didn't work, right?
Right.
Yeah, but if you go, that was bad. Well, who's the bad person here? What's bad, you or the stuff or everything?
Well, it would be the stuff, I guess, because and then maybe, I am very not self-confident.
Right, but see, listen to what that was. It's probably the stuff here. It's probably the stuff here. Right, the second you said probably, I knew, no, it's a blend between you and the stuff. And it's just, this is bad. And we don't want to do more bad stuff. We want to do something and figure out what works and what doesn't work. But we're not going to be thinking about what is effective or ineffective about what didn't work. Okay?
Okay.
So we got to plug those words into our head and go, what's effective, what's ineffective? And stop doing what's ineffective and start doing what's effective and figuring out. And the only way you can do that is by going out there and doing stuff. You got to make mistakes. Mistakes are your best friend. I mean, I'm blessed with being dyslexic. I have a learning disability, and I hated it for the first 20 years, 18 years of my life, actually. I absolutely hated being dyslexic. It was a pain in the ass. It really stopped me in so many ways because I had a perfect excuse to stop myself. I'm dyslexic. Okay, so I can't do that. Okay, so we stop ourselves unnecessarily, frequently, by putting these names and labels on ourselves and that are ineffective language patterns, and we don't course correct until we, sometimes ever, until we stumble across somebody like me that says, hold it, you can simply change the name and label and from what it was to what you'd like it to be, and start figuring out what you need to do to be more effective at it. And as you become more of that, you will feel like you are more of an internet marketer or a network marketer. But you got to do the network marketing stuff. And internet marketing is a tough one, but it's doable, but it builds. Like, it's not tough. I hope you're okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, so I go, that's a huge piece of the puzzle. Confidence versus self-confidence is off. Judgmental language, you judge yourself. You tend to have a fairly short fuse, when you get pissed off at yourself. You tend to take it out on yourself and to some degree the people around you. But you really do hold it internally, like, as you're not that person, you're not good enough, as opposed to recognizing what parts of you are effective. You are brilliant at finding out all the crap about yourself and lousy at figuring out your strengths and building on your strengths. I mean, that's one of the blessings that happened. Is the first blessing I had as being dyslexic is I really got comfortable with making mistakes. I could make 1,000, literally over 1,000 mistakes before I got it correct the first time. Okay? But all of a sudden, when I switched and I started figuring this thing out, instead of looking at all the bad stuff I did, and I got out of school to start transforming my life, that helped a ton.
Well, the fact that I used to be a systems analyst, does that play into kind of what my mindset is now?
Yeah, because you're looking for perfect as opposed to effective. And you're looking for right and wrong. With a lot of the system analysts and engineers that I know, they look for right and wrong because there is generally a black and white version of their world. But when you take it out of that systems analysis type of mindset and you shift it into that detail part, you're not leveraging yourself the way that you could, and might want to. So just sharing that. I think today was a very good, would be a very good one for you, like effective and ineffective language. If you, the whole piece of right, wrong, good, bad, in judgmental language,
yes,
a big piece there. You got to stop doing that. You got to go to effective versus ineffective. You have to start evaluating way more. than you do. Do you notice that when you are in that whole little piece on systems analysis, do you know how effective you are when you're doing that? And how that your brain doesn't look at judgment, it looks at what's effective and what's ineffective?
Yes.
Yeah.
I catch myself at that a lot.
Yeah. And you know what? When you can transfer that into your network marketing model of the world, and especially doing the stuff with the internet marketing for network marketing, the way that you part of the Elevation group, or did you buy into NES at all?
I'm a VIP.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so you're in VIP. Perfect. So follow the steps in there, because it's a long game. And what I mean by long game is it takes 6 months to a year to build up the momentum to get everything to sort of start toppling over and making things happen. And that's sort of critical, because if you don't play it for a long game, you say, what am I not doing right every day? As opposed to, hey, I put in another day, I did it effectively, I'm consistent. Because being persistently consistent is usually the thing that turns things around long term. So long as you've got a plan and you know that your plan is effective. And, you know, the people with EMP, TJ, Tim, and Fernie, and Matt, and all of the rest of the people there have proven that the model works. And by the way, I started with them way back when poor TJ was literally crying on my shoulder when I first met him, because everything was going tits up. Pardon my language here, but
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
the one thing that I can give myself credit for, is I am showing up every day.
perfect.
I'm
Yes.
doing something on my page every day. Trying
Awesome.
to communicate with the people.
I'll hold it. No. Are you trying or are you communicating?
I'm communicating.
Right. Let's take the trying out of that, because that's one of those weasel words that I get it, like we do to ourselves all the time, which gives us the fuzzy model of the world, and that fuzzy factor. It's hard to hit fuzzy targets.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
You did it. And the more that you can hold that in your mind of what you did, you will start becoming that thing and acting more and more on that every day. So now the next thing is what else can you build on every day, or at least once a week, to be able to incrementally cause yourself to move in that direction. And the brilliant thing about the stuff with EMP is they have it laid out, not for you, not matter of fact, but close enough so you can adapt it and adopt it and adapt it to your specific needs. And they have mentors that can help facilitate you.
Right.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.